they're just going to run at each other. I think Secret understood that with this lineup. They decided to draft heavy amount of team fight, investing early into this Night Stalker, trying to get him a lot of impact on the game, but Newbee just naturally have better team fight. You've got a Gyrocopter who can just drop call down into the middle of everything. The Static Storm has been so value for Newbee. They've got some late game factor too with the Invoker on their side. KP's found every single jump in this game. They've always been able to start the fights. Sen's the one at bottom, and even that, Secret had the jump with the smoke, and they just traded evenly.
That's going to be a worrying sign, though, for Secret. But what do? Do you try and slow down the pace of the game now? If Newbee's got this all-out aggressive kind of style?
It's scary. You're in a position where you're taking fights, and you know that you have to take fights. Drafted around this principle, but you're barely winning in this engagement. And even the engagements that look like they're going okay, Newbee take a tower out of it, they get a little bit more map control, they get deeper wards. The Secret are going to continue to try to barrel through as KP at bottom. This is a clear bait.
The Pilot Eye and Evie, do you want to fight?
They're waiting for nighttime. I don't know if he's going to run forward, but Chuan just might drop the ultimate. He does. They whips. Yeah, that was obvious that he was going to drop that. He's like, I'm not even going to chance this.
I'm wondering if he was waiting for KP to also come, because I've seen, like, in the last two fights as well, KP, when he blinks in, he gets the last one, instantly drags a target back into Chuan's ultimate if he can't catch him out straight.
Yeah, this combo has been so deadly for Newbee. They both set the tone so much, Chuan and KP. In almost all their games, they have something that can sync up together.
Dire's middle tower is under
Team
attack.
Secret. Smoke maneuver to bottom lane. They threw down the Observer Ward. There's only a sentry on the hill from Newbee, so they will not be aware that Observer Ward's up there unless they can scout it out.
They're going to scan, see that everybody's behind there, but they don't have their Queen of Pain. He's going to start making his way down.
KP is so visible. Puppy, this time Eternal Envy's going to be back on Night Stalker, but KP, he blinks away.
They know.
Yep.
Got to disengage now, I think. This is not a fight that you want to take, and Newbee are going to go for their own smoke.
Did that in range of the Obs. KP was just on the edge of the Observer Ward vision, so they should be aware of this. Arteezy will blink out, and KP into the Firefly. Arteezy stays around to try and farm it up. They blink forward, there's the lasso, and with a wall up, Arteezy, Sunstrike, he'll blink himself away, but they still have the vision, which means Arteezy gets dragged back by Glimpse. Trade-off is Puppy takes out that mid-tower, and up on top lane, Eternal Envy looking for a little bit more. Kaka in the tree line, so is Smooth. Both TP themselves back to the mid lane. They're adding a lot of pressure to that tier 2 tower on top, and it's almost down. In fact, Pilot Eye will have to deny this, so it's a tower for a tower, even if it's denied.
Radiant's top tower
Secret,
has been
they're just losing more and more out of these engagements. Whenever the game goes passive at all, Newbee are looking for it. They're even going to go for this Roshan, continuing to play objective-based Dota. Secret's trying to match them at every turn, Toby, and they continue to play aggressively into them, which is something that Newbee rarely sees. Most of the time it's just during their dominant game performances, they run at you, you cower at some point. We saw that in the Diggity series. And this one, Secret are trying to apply pressure back, just they don't really quite have the heroes for it.
But it's kind of like you're almost beating your head against a wall, the way you describe it. Because right now, in Secret, they draw for an early fight, but they can't take an early fight. The more the fights go the other way, the stronger Newbee become. You're kind of feeding the monster that is Newbee.
Yeah, and with the Queen of Pain not scaling, she's only at 6.8k net worth, not even touching the two top heroes of Newbee, as this Invoker just continues to farm out.
It's hard to actually pick off Newbee as well, because they always seem to be grouped up. Like if you can get like one pick off here and there, like then it seems to make a little bit more sense. But every time Secret seem to smoke up, Newbee are ready for it. Lion, well, okay, that's one thing they can get. And Tusker tries to solo up with the help of a Sunstrike up against Pilot Eye.
That was a little bit too greedy. 860 HP as a wand and infused raindrops, yeah, that's not going to happen.
That actually gives Lion level 11, thanks to the solo kill.
Not insignificant at all. He's going to catch up in levels to the other two heroes. This is usually the bottleneck level anyways. The problem for Secret, though, is when it comes to experience, we are doing quite well for themselves. Net worth lead is 5k, XP is 4. And I don't even know if my favorite Secret's late game. I really like the way that Newbee can take fights. Got a BKB soon on How. I think once he grabs it, they just decided to start going for it.
Be more of a glimmer of hope if Puppy's able to finish up this Aghanim Scepter. He's kind of like removed himself from most of these fights recently, like putting more pressure on Pilot Eye. And he's now 1500 gold away from having the Axe. With the vision advantage over on Newbee, maybe then Team Secret can at least take better fights or know what they're getting into when they run in.
You have options then. Good against the Bat Rider too, because he's always had to jump, and with the way the Queen of Pain is structured, Disruptor always just naturally does very well against her.
With the Blink Dagger also arriving very soon over on Pilot Die, there's a Blink initiation that doesn't just rely on TZ sacrificing his own positioning, but it's KP again who's on the hunt. He'll Blink 4 with the 4-star, he was able to reach him in time. They'll drag it back into the sun, and the storm eternal enemy. He can't walk himself out this one, he's going to try and toggle his way through, but it will not happen. 1 minute without the E.
And that's going to be his dominating spree too, so quite a decent gold bounty for Newbee as he loses 400 gold, they gain 700. Queen of Pain just continues to try to get the Blink Dagger, or the BKB, I mean.
Needs more space though. Like, this jungle is a very, very crowded place for Team Secret.
Yeah, well, because they just have to hide right now. They don't want to take a direct engagement against an Aegis gyrocopter when they've already been losing fights. Now that he's got his BKB, why would you take a fight directly into that?
Yeah,
you're going to wait for them to push out. You try to outbreed them, push out lanes somewhat aggressively.
That's when Newbee also read what's going to happen. That's the reason why Eternal Envy was out as far as he was and got picked. He may not have expected KP to reach him that early on. Now they just let the tier 2 tower drop. That is the second last remaining outer tower, meaning the tier 2 tower, which is already injured on the bottom lane, is the final outer tower for Newbee to remove.
Rider going for the Aether Lens now too, and
bottom lane. Hello, Moo's going to arrive, stun on Puppy, he can't TP out in time. He instantly tapped that TP the second he saw the TP arriving from Moo, but it's all too late. Moo just got one of the easiest solo pickoffs I've seen this game.
Kills like that just normally don't appear for you as a solo core, not in Dota anymore, considering how often teams go for straight up strategic team fights. So for him to walk away with that one quite big is KP.
Well, there's your jump. The Sun Strike's over on Highlight Die. Highlight Die thought he had the advantage with the Observer Board a little bit higher up, but now in comes KP. The Firefly is down. The Snowball protecting the Tusker for the moment. And it's actually 2 heroes down the sidelines. The Tusker will still die thanks to Arteezy's movement. But while all this is going on, the Dara still takes out the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, and now they get some control of this jungle again. They got a ward up there too in the space that Team Secret are going to try to farm at. Eternal Envy for an SNY of his own. You do have the Queen of Pain BKB now. That's a significant item pickup, but Newbee just continue to scale. Cores are just racking up the gold. I didn't even realize it, but Hal just continues to stack the Ancients, even during off periods. So even when you start to see glimmers of hope for Secret, he just kind of shuts it down again.
Then you realize you're 27 minutes in with an SMY BKB gyro, and you can start building into a damage dealing out.
Oh, don't worry, he's gonna get a little bit bigger.
Yeah. What do you even worry? Like, what do you even go over on How right now?
Butterfly is a good option.
Butterfly?
Nigh impossible to kill him is Secret.
Like, no one's gonna build a Monkey King bar.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Even if it's good on any of these heroes, like, no one's got enough money for it.
You've already got a lot. You can deal with a lot of the magic damage too, since you already have a BKB. They have a lot of ways to save him too. The Bat Rider has a 4-staff. Your Tusk obviously can do Tusk things. We've seen it time and time again. Kaka picks somebody up at the last second.
There it is. How picks up the Eagle Song, so it will be a Butterfly build, unless he goes full Mushi. Newbee are going to smoke up. Puppy. Smoke's going to break on Kaka. He knows someone's over there. KP into the Firefly. And with a blink forward, they blast through. And Puppy just didn't fly up the Aghanim Scepter. So at least he has that, but he'll also have 45 seconds in the Sin Bin.
And Moo just continues to push out bottom. Secret, they're kind of in a tough spot right now. Getting hemmed inside their base. Not a whole lot of farm to go around their map. But good news though is that Puppy has Axe completed like you said, so it's gonna take these fights. Hao has lost the Aegis now, and so going for the high ground attempt is going to be somewhat dangerous. He's going to get alacritied up and chips away at the tower so quickly, but
he's doing about 350 damage a pop.
Yeah, Secret have options. They can jump with Universe too. Highlight Eye's going to start it, but Hao obviously not being the ideal target here for them.
Yeah, they really... Universe also just wants to jump in. Like, they've got EE inside Universe with that Blink Dagger, potentially a back combo, but Newbee aren't giving him an opening.
That is
like, Hao was the only one which they could have initiated on thanks to Newbee's positioning.
Yeah, that's got to be really frustrating for Secret. They were completely prepared to take a fight. They were trying to, but
coming out.
Newbee He might just be a little bit for
With that ag, he can still see it, but Kaka moves over. Now the bell did well to throw it into and house just BKB Puppy locked inside. Just Easy comes in as well, but KB lands through. He's touching damage Puppy. The KB got such low life. But the problem is the rest of his team went in. They managed to get a 1-for-1 trade-off. EE, you can't just run yourself away from this until the Ravage done there from Highlight Dive. Hitting them 3 heroes, so they just snowball up. They're chasing faster on easy. Highlight can qualify through as well as Sean. Puppy's coming back in to try and help out, but Ruth's already with a double kill. How is so low? Can they find it with the Shadow Strike? He's already low. One more attack will do the work. The Sigil will pop. How wants to try and TP out? He won't get out though. EE will finally get it. A Puppy is still on the run, surviving. Sean will start his TP.
So
they
confused.
will not cancel that at the moment. Puppy is just trying to juke at absolutely everything. The Moo is on the run.
He is just covering all angles.
I think he's worried there's also Observer Wars that could just sunstrike his kill.
His movement looks so funny right now because he's just jerking back and forth, making sure that nothing happens to him. Even his way back to the fountain was just fraught with danger because of the sunstrike, and trying to make absolute sure there's no angles for that. But finally a fight which goes somewhat okay for Secret. They take the fight outside the base. They manage to grab the gyrocopter. They got that last hit. Puppy baited that for so long in that fight.
It starts to mean items will arrive. TZ actually picked up the Mystic Staff, so it is the Shivas. Surprisingly didn't just go in for the plate mail. Or is this meant to be more of like a disable item?
I don't know. I think in this kind of game, I'm not really sure. It just leaves you options more than anything. You don't necessarily have to go for Shiva's off the bat. You could go for the Hex of your own just to be able to grab the Invoker, because that's a hero that eventually you're going to have to deal with. Like, this guy's 6'1" and 9 and right. 17,000 net worth in the game.
He is so close as well. I mean, Secret is so close. Now they see it, but it's already too late. Moo drops the meteorite and TP's out.
His game sense just been really on the ball so far. That's the thing about Invoker that's so frustrating, is he doesn't really leave you a lot of angles to gank him at. That's why you might have to see one of those initiation items out of Secret. You do have the Blink Dagger on the Lion, but most likely going to be a Shiva's Guard on Queen of Pain anyways.
I'd love to actually have a count, like a timer. How long has Eternal Envy remained infested in his allies? And he's still up at like the top net worth for the Radiant side.
He's done a good job of trying to keep up with the cores, despite being down towers and the Roshan gold at the same time. It's been kind of rough for them, but right now it's going to get even harder as Chuan has that Glimmer Cape. He had in the previous fight too, but can't really carry on detection on these heroes. The only person that probably can is maybe Puppy. Lion probably goes down too early in the fights. Cores have item slots that they don't necessarily want to give up right now.
Unless you just sort of like dust on pile I die and accept the fact he's going to die.
Yeah, that's maybe the option here. Because right now, Chuan's positioning is immaculate in these fights. He had those two deaths early, but since then, he's been really hard to kill. Already has level 13 for himself. We see...
They buy it. They buy detection over for Puppy. It's going to be the gem. Gem and Ags. Newbee is just waiting for Roshan. That's all. And he's up in about 15 seconds time.
There's no reason to take a fight outside your base right now. Now, that fight was predicated on Puppy being alive for 3,000 years and giving them full vision of the engagement. And the fact that Hao and Moo couldn't really ever connect with anything. Like, that call down completely whipped on everybody, but once you grab the Aegis, you have options. But Secret, they understand the exact same thing. They don't have a scan available, so they don't know about the movement shift, but they do know that he wants to go for the Aegis for themselves.
Maybe have their own scan available too. So if a Secret, they're moving the Sigil down. So Newbee scout the fact that Roshan is alive. They want to attack into this. Okay, you just lost an Observer Ward out the front of the Roshan pit. You know something
that might have been
wrong.
telling. Wards don't just disappear like that.
But Newbee, all 5 of them go inside the base. I know you say you don't want to take a fight outside the base, but do you want to leave like the rest of the map for Secret to run on themselves? Okay, no. They moved them out themselves.
It's more about here. They're smoked up. Why bother going down into them? Make sure that you get the jump first. You don't want to try to initiate in just because the Night Stalker has the Aghanim Scepter. So if you're smoked up on Newbee, you have a much better chance of taking this fight. Plus, the night was about to end for Night Stalker. Like, why bother pushing that base when, you know, they so heavily rely on that one attempt. Now that that one attempt is gone, there's no way that Secret fight.
Yeah.
Even with Roshan being accomplished right now, they 100% know that this is happening. But without the nighttime on Night Stalker, why bother? All of these things kind of synced up for Secret to maybe hit a good timing.
but then Newbee just dodge.
Yeah, they're smart. They know what's going on in this game. They're reading this so well.
With an Aegis Immortal behind him and a full butterfly over on the gyrocopter. Maybe now's the time we start to look towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, they're already going to TP Moo down here. Secret have to get back right now. Got to set up for this next engagement.
It looks so good for this one. He's already finished the Octarine core, still sitting on 2.3k gold. You could actually have like double Moo in the next fight. Just buy back a BT in if they feel like they can just like force out all the edge, but you may not even require that. Alacrity again over on Hal. You got the extra armor thanks to Wild Wing Ripper. Well, okay, maybe not anymore. Because he converts the catapult to the Radiant side. So they get more siege. But this really racks these numbers, and Secret's got no other choice, but what are you going to do? You're going to trigger Darkness? You've already lost your bottom ranks, and it seems like they're just accepting of this.
Yeah, that bottom fight is really hard for them to take. They would have been completely set up. The biggest issue is you're just not going to find into that gyro.
But you're going to be forced to, right? Like you BT Moo up to the top lane. He'll TP back in towards the mid in 20 seconds. And then Newbee just go again.
Hey, it sounds like a cool concept, but let's just take a fight, but this is lose-lose situation. You don't want to fight into them because they're scary and they have a lot of farm. So instead, they're going to look for the pick-off.
What's the phrase I hear you say a lot? Like, you're not going to like it, but you have to take it.
Yeah, you're just not going to like fights like that, but one you can get away with because Newbee didn't continue to push.
Yep. But it's only a matter of time before Newbee come back. Like, they've only burned a minute and a half of that Aegis time.
Still a good situation, I think, overall for both teams. That's one of those situations where Newbee are happy. They're like, oh, this was a free Rax, and Secret's like, thank God they didn't keep going.
Time to buy up something new.
Yeah. For Secret right now, it's all about the lane, because they want to make sure if they do take the next fight, the Aegis is low, like there's only a minute left on it, and maybe they can just poke, or it's gone entirely. So they're trying to dodge, get whatever gold they can out of this top lane, push out the lane too, just so that your creeps pressure, try to get Newbee to come back, but I think this is kind of Newbee's time to go for it.
Secret actually look like they're in a position where they want Newbee to defend this, but Newbee don't really seem to care. Like, they have the mid lane under control, the TPs are coming back. Moo still got BT, so he's the man to defend the top lane, and then to rejoin the rest of his team. So yeah, Newbee don't really lose much.
Because Newbee know they push faster. They're not worried at all. They understand, okay, Secret, you're not going to come back. Well, even if you get one Rax out of this, other tier 2s are still up. Even the dire tier 1 bottom is still alive too. So at most, you get one Rax for Rax, and then Newbee just go top lane and end the game.
Alright. Just freaks you out a little bit when you see a Radiant Catapult moving towards the Dire side and a TP coming onto it in the middle of an entire Dire team. But it's still the dominated creep. Hence, Moo now will arrive. Looks like Courier bringing back on at the moment. It's actually the finished AC for the Life Sealer. So before this fight happens, at least you've got something to work with. Arteezy jumping forward. They go straight on KP. They're able to bring him down with the Hex over on Hal. Arteezy may just try and keep this going. He's still got Sonic Wave available.
Really good pickoff though. I think this is going to force Newbee to reset.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
They don't have their engager.
They're not going to bother pushing this pace. The Aegis is probably going to go down before the next fight too. They don't even lose their tier 3 tower, and that's a sick engage for Team Secret as they hold.
That's breathing room more than anything else.
Exactly.
But they still have like major issues that the Invoker and the Gyrocopter are just so far ahead. Like this is almost like Newbee playing safe, but if Secret can force some kind of issue, Chuan looks like he's looking for that too. They go and find Pylite Die. They use the vision, however, on Pylite Die. The cooldown will happen. Can't drag him back into the storm. Now Emmy forced to jump back out again. You can already say goodbye to the line. The Darkseer Warp is also climbing up with the Ice Wall. He can't run himself out of here. Moves BKB, tries to protect him, but he uses the pause. Hal is still locked here. He's trying to go for more. Does he have enough damage to survive? Of course he can't. He's surrounded by the entire lineup of Team Secret. KP is back into the fight, however. He's got Blink right through. He'll grab up Puppy, pulling him in. This is Gemma's Cruise side, which will be lost here for Team Secret. Not to mention their vision advantage. But that's still the best fight we've seen from Secret in 38 minutes and 33 seconds.
I feel like they were just going to trade 2 for 1 and maybe even walk out of there, but Puppy at the last second comes in, kind of says, what I miss, guys. Immediately loses a gem, which makes that trade well worth it for Newbee. I think they're down to trade one of their supports for getting rid of some of the vision game and forcing Secret to rebuy that gem, which still isn't available for them yet. But Lifestealer looks good. in these engagements right now. At the same time, Hal's got that Satanic.
Yeah. I underestimate his survivability when he's got that thing. He still needs to find a little bit more damage, but
It's still a really sick fight.
He's got the Invoker Alacrity, so do you really need to?
Yeah, that was still a really sick fight by Secret. They sidestep most of what Newbee had to offer. They delay the game even more. They take out the Aegis too, just resetting things. There's going to be a BKB than 1KP soon, and so now it's going to get harder to start the fights on him. And now that he's got a free gem picked up for him, he's in even better position than he once was.
I think MV's just going to be really happy he's able to dish out damage during that fight.
Yeah.
Like, somehow he managed to put himself perfectly. I say somehow, thanks to the teamwork of his team to put him in that spot, but okay, maybe not this spot. KP blinks away.
He is in a scary spot right now by himself.
He's expecting the rest of Secret to be behind him. That's the reason why KP blinks like that.
Yeah,
but now they realize that he's by himself. So Moo's got no maneuverability. I just have a blink dagger on him, so...
That looks weird. He just kind of ran away from the ball.
Yeah.
Just kept popping the phase boots. Doubt they didn't have any range on the glimpse. He had the rage too. He had to get the Batrider in position to get the kill.
That really could have just been a repeat of what happened about 20 minutes ago. Except, I don't think you can blame KP for being defensive. You see a Lifestealer walking into your jungle, bold as brass, you expect him to have someone behind him.
It was one of those weird situations again where neither of them wanted to see each other.
Got it.
Is he farming? KP's close to his BKB, doesn't want to die. Eternal Envy just wants to camp that's not being farmed up by a Dire side.
See, by playing Dire side, you can just wait for the rinse and repeat cycle of going for the Roshan and force the Radiant to leave their base, which is what happened in the last engagement. And if Radiant don't find that engagement immediately, then they just have to run away Dire, get the high ground by just holding this area right here. Free Aegis, you go for the high ground, and it's almost entirely on Secret to try to win the game. Newbee are just playing this really well. Like, they understand the rhythm of the game, they understand what they can abuse on Dire side, just disengaging, they're not pushing things too far.
They're playing it safe and controlled. They have 1 minute until Roshan could spawn up. And they just keep the farm going. In the meantime, Eternal Envy has been hitching a ride, playing no hands for the last minute. He's still here with Arteezy. Arteezy actually got a fair chunk of cash saved up. 0.9k, he did finish that Shiva's card before. We saw him pushing it up on the top lane like a long time ago. But now with the 5.2k, you try and find more damage out of Arteezy? Or do you try and delay the game even more? Like how do you do that? Do you go for Ags? Do you go for Disable?
Going for a Hex is a good spot right now. Unless he's going to go for something defensive. But
He actually just bought a Void Stone on the Courier, so it looks like it will be a scythe.
yeah, I would imagine it to be. There's no other one item right now that would help out a Queen of Pain more.
I think that Dire Observer Ward, however, scouted the movement. But okay, yeah, Newbee's not going to be able to snipe it out.
Gonna buy it in full. Okay. Not going for the buyback here. Gonna go for the one-off fight, and I think it's a good play because his entire time, it's liable that his team just dies before him, and in that situation, it matters more whether they have buyback or not, which they don't. So they're just playing for the win right now, which, you know me, play to win, not lose.
I wonder if they're going to burn their last smoke. They've only got one in stock at the moment. But try and make something out of it. Like, the bottom lane is pushing in. This is the downside. Because the second this wave pushes in, obviously Newbee's going to know that Secret are out looking for him.
Yeah.
And it will be a 1 minute now until Roshan spawns.
I think what you do is Universe just Ion Shells the mid wave, push it in further. You can do that, then just immediately go for the Roshan fight. But while bottom is pushing in, you gotta kind of hurry things up. Like, Universe probably just Ion Shells, then runs. This is like a classic smoked up play.
Yeah.
Yeah, once that bottom lane pushes in, but they might actually get the jump here. They've got the Hex.
They just need a target. They also need vision. We're still in daytime. But the second puppy also triggers nighttime. Then it's a pretty big indication. So they'll trigger darkness.
Maybe
puppy.
they get Hao here.
He's still on the back lines. And Hao still also has BKB and Satanic. That's a very difficult target to kill.
Okay, so you're right. As soon as the Night Stalker popped that, they were like, retreat, we have no vision. This looks so unbelievably scary. Newbee could have feasibly lost that fight if the Queen of Pain gets the Blink Hex onto the Gyrocopter. They have more than enough burst damage to take him down, but game sense from Newbee. It was an awkward situation because he obviously doesn't realize how close he is to the rest of their team. So he has to just pop that ultimate and say, whatever. Hopefully I catch somebody out with this. But for Newbee, that's kind of the trigger there. They think themselves, oh, why would Night Stalker just randomly pop the ultimate right now? It's so valuable to hold on to.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. So they just bail out. Also, like, there's no risk. You're worrying, oh, well, maybe then Secret try and take Roshan when they trigger off the darkness. They just throw a sigil over the top of the pit. Newbee don't have to sacrifice anything apart from something which they're willing to sacrifice. They are also going to lose their vision. Puppy, the new gem came off cooldown. So they have the ability to get rid of at least 2 out of the 4 observer wards which are currently on the field for Newbee.
This is a really decent time now to engage. All your lanes pushed in, Secret. They're going to have vision too.
So Roshan's so low, can they finish it in time? They try to create space, but they go for KP instead of the Batrider. Up on the hill against the BK, the ulti still nice. Get back is not easy. And the hell, got Gyrocopter. He takes the Aegis, the Immortal. Secret Man got the last in over on Roshan, but mortality belongs to Gyro. He chases Pilot out in the back of the tree line while Karka is being chased down by IRTZ, who's on a triple kill at the moment. He'll lose his teammate as well as the gem with it. Where they run to from here, Puppy wants to keep the track going, is over on Hao and Moo. He has that gem of True Sight in his hand, so if he can close the distance between himself as well as Moo,
the greatest game.
He's a freaking ghost war.
Moo can just get out, but he wants to ensure that Hao isn't left 1v5. So he's going to kind of protect him, Secret Service-like, as TZ continues to jump forward, but it's just still a hard catch for them.
Just keep running. TZ, he's not going to reach him.
Yeah.
But the courier is also doing the work to pick up that gem of True Sight that was dropped by Newbee inside the pit.
That was all done.
So now Secret actually control both the gems too.
There's just a hard fight to take because Newbee, they didn't really have the best vision. Puppy obviously with the Ags, that made the big difference there is it allowed the 2 cores of Secret the hit and run game. They were able to obliterate the back line, which has been so successful for Newbee. Oftentimes, what ends up happening is that Chuan's and Kaka, their positioning is so good that they're usually able to just use spells at the right times, wait out the BKB, get the Disruptor ultimate off, but by bringing the fight to them with the Blink, made it really hard for them to survive.
Yeah. And KP again also popping at the very, very start of a fight.
Yeah, he blinked in, got hit by the Queen of Pain ultimate, didn't really have the angle at that point. Now that's a really rich Queen of Pain. We're really caught up back into this game. The Night Stalker Ags, of course, making all the difference in most of these engagements too.
You still have the primary issue that Newbee have an Aegis the Immortal in their hands.
Yeah.
Like it's an enabler for them to get a second lane of rack, so they still have that advantage too. But Puppy in towards the middle lane, the BTs are coming forward. They don't kill that range creep off in time, which means Move is on the front lines. The call down, KP finally gets himself the last two. They hold out easy in position, will bring him down. And also Universe trapped inside that thing, so the penalty can't go anywhere, locked in by the icy shards of death. Moo will grab that double kill. 3 heroes on the sideline. Both EE as well as RTZ have buyback and they will both have to expend it. They cannot let Newbee take another lane of racks. They still have also a Puppy behind the lines, giving them the vision on Newbee. It'll last a little bit longer, but Newbee are getting commit to this. They still have the Aegis Immortal on Hao, not to mention the fact he just triggers Titanic as well, and they snowball protected.
Anybody dies at this point for Secret.
RTZ looks really close to it. Cold Snap, you blink away, a nice stun. Slows down the attack, but Newbee kind of got everything they want. They've already taken down the melee racks. Unless they're going to go for a full GG push, Secret death over on Hao. He'll still survive in 40 seconds because the panic back as well as not easy. Locked on the front line. The wall is up. You drop the meteor out, definitely blast. Tunnel Levy just wheeling back. And this can be it right now. Secret have lost too much, and there it is. Good game, well played. Newbee will take game number 1 in almost a surgical attack up against Team Secret.
Very well done by Newbee in all these engagements. Secret understand if they just allow them to passively get up the hill, the game is over. Newbee's just going to sit behind their gyrocopter, allow them to continually get alacrity. It's too hard to kill him. So Secret make the jump, but it's just so awkward because you're still jumping into an Aegis gyrocopter. They saw the Invoker atop, they said maybe we can jump 1 hero, burst him down really quickly, but lose-lose situation is they just keep hiding behind Hao.
Man, I don't even know how Secret was meant to come back. Like we were here, we were clutching at straws. Like how does Secret get themselves back into this game? But I don't know, Newbee almost looked like an unstoppable force.
It was that Aegis. Once they got that Aegis, they secured both the heroes getting out. When Moo and Hao were making space for each other, they ran out together. You saw that Moo had the boot to travel up the entire time. He doesn't split off. He makes absolute sure. He's like, this gyrocopter is my way to victory here. Yep. I'm going to make sure that he gets out. Really well done by Newbee.
Well, impressive play. We'll find out what the panel thought. Were they impressed as well? We'll be back.